So testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. Okay, I'll get rid of the glasses so you can see who it is. uh, okay, this is my very first video of the process that I'm going to undertake now for probably the next 5 years in its major scale of what I can describe as a transition from male to female. And I made this decision quite recently, over the many years that I have had these various feelings and intentions, but circumstances haven't led to me going in that direction, or I've attempted to go in that direction, and circumstances just haven't led to anything further than an initial process, or dipping my toe, as I call it, into the much larger pond that all this is going to really reveal. I've actually looked at a huge amount of video material on YouTube and looked at many of the trans community that are there, and the information is not only rich and sometimes overwhelming, sometimes sad and sometimes very joyous, but also highly informative. People have done huge amounts of research. Many of the professionals that I've watched, I've been to their sites and I've seen the processes and procedures, what people have had to go through. And it's daunting, but it's something that I have had going now for, well, I won't go into the years, but let's say this isn't just a quick decision. This has taken decades to come to this point. In the meantime, getting older doesn't necessarily help either. So there are pros and cons about having a well-formed and well-understood and well-informed, I should say, decision-making process. But also the years that have gone by don't necessarily make you the most healthiest, and probably make you a more vulnerable individual with regards to how your body is going to accept and take on board this entire process, and the consequences of it, of course, that are natural to that process, but also how the community at large is going to react. But this is my decision, this is my process, this is part of my life, this is what I've drawn myself to, and this is my first ever self-recorded video. In fact, I've never done this either, so it's a little rough, I'm afraid, at the beginning, and I'll get better at it, I'm sure. But it'll be interesting to know. This is what I'm like now. Before the full process goes, I've made an appointment with a doctor. I've been to a couple of clinics. I've joined some of the trans community organizations. I've gathered a huge amount of information, as I said, but it's also having that network, that support group, all those support groups, to enable this to really work for anybody that has to go through this, or anybody that has to endure, or anybody that has to enjoy. I mean, it's about being community. That's what human beings are about. And however you present yourself, which is primarily your business, I feel that we need to be a group of people that hold together and are together. Really part of a greater family. In fact, the greatest family, I think, on Earth, which is the human race. But we're a part of it that gets sometimes marginalized, simply because we have a different decision-making process going on, and the consequences of that are far-reaching as well. But this is where I am right now. This is my first step. This is kind of day one before any medical treatment, or any hormones are administered, or any decision-making is done through the official channels. But I've had enough support from the various groups, so I'm now going to head on. I think in a few days' time I'm going to be heading on to the doctors, getting my first appointment at the gender identity clinic and taking it from there, really. So join me on this journey. This is a big one for me, but I know there's a lot of you out there that have done this and gone there and been there and done that. So all I can say is watch this space. I'll be updating you in the days and the weeks and the months and years to come. So thanks for watching. It's lovely to meet you. And if you have any comments, encouragement, that would be cool. Okay, that's it. Take care, and I'll catch you another time. Bye now.